Do you want to bring balance to all the wireless radiation fields in your life, including 5G? The Omnia Radiation Balancer is a small sticker you can stick on any device. It changes the state of the field and creates a new resonance between the wireless radiation and your energy field. On the link below, you'll see all our testing results that show how the body responds excellently once you've made this change in your life. Plus, you can enter the discount code BBE in capital letters for a 10% discount. It's easy to bring balance back to your body with the Omnia Radiation Balancer.
Free your mind while it's time. What's up with that? I got one thing on my mind. What's up with that? Revolution. Yo, that's Pharaoh Chiroba. Please make me die 1,000 deaths in a day, and then I won't jump in the front while you put it down for the new time. Put it down for the new time. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Shalom, shalom. Hotel. Yeah, MIDT Records. B&B Productions. Rhythmic Sound. Love to rap. Yo, check it out. And all your local neighborhood stores.
Welcome back to another episode of a News You Can Use podcast. My name is Frenchier, and I'm just grateful to have you tuned in to another episode. Today, it is January 15th, 2021, and I want to say happy anniversary to all the AKA women in the world. Much love to you, sisters, all around the world. And I want you to continue to download the podcast, follow us on Spotify, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. While you're on Apple Podcasts, go ahead and review and rank and rate the podcast so that more people like yourself can discover the podcast. I have a great business spotlight on the line, Diogene. Diogene is an entrepreneur, digital transformation consultant, author, and a podcaster living in Montreal, Canada. He is the product of 3 countries, born in Belgium, has Burundian roots, and is today a proud Canadian. Diogene started working as an information technology consultant for IBM Belgium and was involved in several international SAP, a business management software implementation projects. In 2013, Diogene decided to leave Brussels to move to Montreal, Canada. He worked for Deloitte, a global consulting firm, then to a mid-sized SAP consulting firm before becoming independent in 2017. He created ERP Happy and started to work on projects as a subcontractor for other consulting firms. As a subcontractor, Diogene worked on projects that 7 to 9 figure budget, managing a part of the scope of the solution offered to the client. Currently, Diogene is creating a consulting agency model for ERP Happy with a small team of people executing the work alongside him. In early 2020, Diogene created a podcast called Consulting Lifestyle, with about 75 episodes released in its first season. His show is in the top 10% of the podcast in the consulting category, as per www.listennotes.com. In early 2021, Diogene plans to create a second podcast in French about digital transformation and consulting. Diogene, welcome to the show.
Thank you for for reading the bio, and thanks a lot, Frencher, for the invitation. Very excited.
Awesome. Well, tell the audience about yourself. You know who you are. Give us some background history of you, where you from, and where you living now.
Yeah. So okay, more than what you say. So maybe in a nutshell, I'm the product of 3 countries. The first one being my country of origin, my roots. It's Burundi. Burundi is tiny country in East Africa. And maybe for people who don't know, they may know Congo, they may know Rwanda, they may know Kenya, Tanzania, and Burundi is in between all those countries basically.
Nice.
And then my parents were immigrant and fled Burundi to Belgium, and that's where I'm born and raised, Belgium, with all my brother and my two sisters. And basically, there I was in a middle class, kind of lower middle class family, just having a normal life. You realize later that actually you were pretty. It was not. Let's say it was not as comfortable as it was, but when you're younger you just don't notice it. And then I through education I had the chance to go to a pretty good school to learn business, to have a degree in international trade. And then I wanted to, at that time I wanted to be either a diplomat or a international salesman, just doing sales and traveling all over the world. And I was, you can hear my accent, I guess. I'm a French native speaker, and I was mostly speaking French and a bit of Dutch. And then I wanted to learn English, meaning I was learning English. I had some good vocabulary in English, but I was not fluent. And in order to be fluent, I decided to do an internship abroad, and I went to India for almost 6 months. I did an internship there, and I was a salesperson for a company exporting natural stones to Europe, and I had to care for the French-speaking customer over there. So it's pretty funny. And then indeed I started with in consulting, in IT consulting, pretty randomly, but I started in IT consulting at IBM Belgium. Then I changed of employer 3-4 years later, and then I moved to Canada 2 years afterwards. And after 4 years in Canada, in which I was, so in 2013, I was in Canada, so 8 years ago. And I spent 4 years as an employee in two different companies. And then I decided to become an independent consultant. And now I'm still an independent consultant, but I try to build a kind of small consulting firm now. And information technology, yes, that's what I mostly do. It's really helping organizations to um, execute what they do in a more efficient way through using tools that are at our disposal. So business management softwares that can be used. And I know it can be look too scientific for some, but actually it's not. And you can save a lot of time, money, and energy if you make a proper the right choices.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. But the new thing is also, I will add that, yes, I've become a podcaster last year. Maybe, but we can talk about that later.
Yes, for sure. Tell us more about what your business does.
Yeah. So my business, so the company is called ERP Happy. So ERP, it's a jargon. So it's the acronym of Enterprise Resource Planning. So it's a pretty famous acronym in the IT information technology industry. But what it means, again, a bit what I wanted to say is that it's all the resource of a company. So a company has, even if you're alone, you have human resource, you have purchasing, you have sales, you have partnerships, you have inventory, etc. You can manage that in some Google Drive files, in some in Excel. You can manage that on a piece of paper if you want, or you can use you can use software that save your time, save money for you, and help you to focus on your core business. And this is really what I try to what we try to provide to other companies. So it's enabling them to grow by using by offering and implementing systems that will enable them to get the most out of their time and money. And we work with different sizes of organizations. So it could be, we could be directly working with a mid-sized business that has between 11 employees to 100 employees. For example, I would say a manufacturing company from 11 employees to 100 employees. They have maybe about 50 users, and they make seven. They make seven figure, they make eight figures a year, and we will work with the CEO or the business development person in order to get the digital transformation done. And what we do concretely is we will arrive, and we will study with the persons of the company. We will study their processes, so how they work today, how do they will they like to work in the future, and from there we can suggest the proper systems and the proper solutions that they could use, and then we implement, of course, we install the solution with them, and we also accompany them afterwards.
Very nice. And
Thanks.
how did you get into information technology?
Randomly, completely randomly. I as I as I said, it was in 2007, so 14 years ago. Um, I wanted to be just an international salesperson. The traveling aspect was stayed there, even if I was a consultant, because when you're in Europe, you are bound to travel a lot, actually, for consulting. But I think in North America as well. But I applied for IBM in Belgium, and they were hiring for. I thought that they were hiring for a young graduate, for young graduate that want to be in their sales school, because they had a, I don't know if they have it today, but they had a sales school for young graduates over there in Belgium. I
Okay.
applied for that. Then when I arrived, there were about 30 other young graduates with me. And at the end of the day, we will be only 5 or 6 that will be hired. And I understood when I arrived that it was for a consultant that they were hiring. So I was thinking that I was going for a sales job, but it was a consulting job. But after that, it went okay. We had case studies to do, and then 2 interviews, and it went fine. I had 2 offers. So one was for a role with as an SAP consultant, so SAP, which is a big management software used by a lot of big companies, or Oracle. And I chose SAP at that time, because I saw SAP in more advertising jobs at the time. That was totally random. So,
Wow.
but I don't regret. I think it's very good. Consulting is great. It's really great.
I'm sure. I'm sure. That's awesome. And I love how you traveled. You know, you're well traveled, and you've been to Brussels. What is Brussels like? What is Montreal like? You know, I haven't been out of America yet.
Oh, okay. I definitely encourage you to do. Okay, maybe not now. Now it's not possible, but in the future, I definitely encourage you to to do so for both cities, actually. So Brussels, uh, it's very charming. There is a lot of when you walk over there in the city downtown, you will see a lot of old architecture. You will also see a lot of kind of artistic drawings, which can be graffitis, but also drawings that you have in mangas, in comics, in comic books, that are on the walls. You have good food. You have um, what is called the Grand Place also. It's a great, how can I say that, like the square in the square downtown, that is very old, a lot of historical uh, meaning to it. Then you have that small little guy called Mannequin Peace. Maybe I can send you a picture of that later, but it's a tiny guy who is peeing, because there is a legend, like a story of him blocking an army, a young kid blocking an army just by being on fire or something like that. But I don't want to make it up completely, but I know that there is a story about it, and it's one of the main attractions is a small guy peeing called Mannequin Peace. But otherwise, life in Belgium, in Brussels, is very special because it's diverse. So you have Belgium, you have a lot of people coming from Congo, in Central Africa, because Belgium had colonized Congo. You have a lot of people coming from North Africa, but mostly Morocco. You have a lot of people coming from Turkey as well. That was at least the reality in the 90s and 2000s, and now it's even more diverse because also there you have the NATO. I don't know if you know, like the NATO, the military organization, is the headquarters are in Brussels. The European Union, the headquarters are in Brussels. So you have a lot of diplomats and people coming from all over Europe as well. So
I
very
got you.
very diverse city, bilingual city as well, French and Dutch. And then Montreal, also bilingual city. Actually, no, not officially. Officially French, sorry, but a lot of people that can speak English as well. So French and English is a bit mixed here in Montreal, and also very diverse city with people coming from all over the world. People coming from South America, coming from Africa, coming from Europe. It's yeah. I like diverse cities. I like cities where you have a lot of cultural life, concerts, theaters, music, etc. I like that as well, and I have that in both cities. But I really love Montreal.
Okay, nice. Yes, I'll definitely have to come visit one day.
Yes, I
I'd
encourage you.
really
Yeah.
like that. And so I'm looking for. Give me one second. Let me see. So tell us about the consulting lifestyle podcast.
The podcast. Yeah. I created a consulting lifestyle podcast a year ago, um, and today, yes, there is. So in the first year, we did 76 episodes, and this year I am starting the season two in the course of February. So it has not started yet. But what I want to say is that I started the podcast for two two persons, two type of people. So the first type of person is myself 10 years ago, when I started in consulting, and I didn't really understand what it means to be uh, advising a client, what it means to be working in a project environment, because it's not your normal operations. You do a project, so it's an accelerated. You work at an accelerated pace. You learn at an accelerated pace. Uh, you have power plays. You have mind games. You have uh, the other consultant who may want, even though they are your colleagues, they are also kind of your competitors. It's a lot of variables to take into account, that is pretty difficult when you are not familiar with what consulting is. So that's why, for that person that is not familiar with what the work of a consultant is, what does it mean to be a consultant, how a consulting project goes, how is a consulting business run, I wanted to create the podcast. Then the second person is, so first person being myself 10 years ago, the second person is myself right now, meaning the person that has experience with consulting, understand what it is, but would like to hear about the stories of other people, would like to hear about other business models that are possible to apply in consulting, and
Hmm.
for that I have interviewed quite a lot of people. So about 60-ish interviews actually that I have in the podcast, and it's really mostly B2B consultant. So
Very
it's
nice.
yeah, yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. I was about to say that it's because the word consultant is used at yeah. You can be a consultant in anything, huh? So it is used
Right.
a lot, but it's more B2B consultant, and it would be like consultant in organizational development, consultant like me in digital transformation, consultant in sales, consultant in uh, inventory processes, um, consultant in pricing. I even had a person that is a specialist with how to get referrals without asking. Um, so I had a lot of guests that have very specific skills that applies to business people or to businesses. So it's rarely guests that kind of just started one day to say I will just be a consultant. I will read 3 books and then I will just put that I am a consultant in something. And it's not like that.
I hear you.
Mhm.
Real world experience. They have real world experience.
Yeah,
I,
exactly.
I
Mhm.
get it. That's awesome. Where can we listen to your podcast?
Oh, it's on all platforms. So consulting lifestyle is written in 2 words. So consulting and lifestyle. And there is a website, consultinglifestyle.fm. There you can find the episodes. I for sure right now I don't know when the episode will be aired, but right now in mid-January, I need to make the website a bit more responsive, but there you can find the episodes. Otherwise it's on all platforms, so Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, um, Overcast. I think we are in pretty much all the major provider. Also I think Amazon Music as well is it's there.
Very nice.
And yeah, and I will continue. So now it was season one in 2020, and for next month, during next month, I will start with season two.
Very nice. I'm going into season 3,
Ah, nice. How many episodes you have? And
61.
61. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start to be a bit more strategic with seasons. I was going full cylinder last year, just having a lot of interviews and a lot of content. Now I might make more series and seasons in the future.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm working on the structures and stuff. Eventually this year, I'm going to put these videos on YouTube.
Okay. Oh, so that's good that I have a shirt.
Yes. That you dress nice. Thank you. Okay, so um, I created this interview series uh, where I ask questions to get into the leader's head and find out your inspirations. And so, Diogene, what's the first? What? Describe yourself in 3 words.
Wow. I'm gonna take the. It's good that you mentioned 3 words because there are three values that define a bit my company. It's like there is excellence, respect, and passion. So excellence in the way you want to show up for your priorities. So it's good. Everybody will try to be excellent at everything, but I think it's maybe not totally possible. But at your priorities, you try to be excellent. So try to really deliver the best quality. So it's when I say quality, it's quality of not necessarily of work, but quality also of your relationship with your spouse, with your child, your parents, etc. You really try to be have the highest standards into your priorities. Respect is how you relate to anyone, or how you relate to people in general. It's possible to not get along, but it's always easy to stay respectful. So trying to keep respect. So it could be respect within my team and respect with somebody that I don't know, or respect inside my house. And passion we need to be moved by something. We need to be driven by something that is deep, that is bigger than the individual. And I am definitely driven and motivated by. It's a bit related to my story, to show first to try to realize my own potential, because I don't know it and I will never know it. But I just want to be sure that if I leave Earth, I have left the best of me on Earth. I did not take it to the
Yes.
grave. And the other thing is, maybe you're less familiar with it, but how can I say that? Immigrants coming from Central Africa, like Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, in Belgium. Sometimes it has been in some aspect it has been hard, So because
Yes.
the parents are fleeing the war, they come with some traumas, and you as a kid you try to find some space or some identity as well inside the society. So you kind of create a new identity in which you're in between that you're used to the Western lifestyle, but you also have your African roots and African culture. You're also rooted into that. So I wanted to show as well that it's not because of that, because it might be a little bit more difficult, that you can't achieve great things. So I'm just trying to go as far as I can.
Yes.
That's why the word that's where the word passion comes from.
What was that fleeting moment in your life that catapulted you to your present self, but certainly could have really gone the other way?
Wow. That's a great question. I don't know if there is just one moment. Um, I don't know if there is one moment, especially, but it's maybe more gradual. I think I used to live my life like in the future. So when I was 15, I was thinking, it would be better when I will be 18. When I was 18, I said, it would be better when I will be 21. Then when I was 21, it would be better when I will be 25. When I was 25, it would be better when I will be 30. And then you're like, okay, it will continue all your life to think that will be better in the future to go all in on your objectives, on your dreams. Uh, I understood that at about when I was about 30, 32. When I was about 32 years old, I started to have more clarity, not necessarily clarity exactly into what I will do, but the why was clear. The why was clearer. So it's just the fact that I kept postponing what I really wanted to do, and now I just go for it.
Yes.
Mhm.
What are your morning and nightly rituals?
Um, I try as much as I can to go to bed early and wake up early. Now I have a baby, so it's a little bit more it's less consistent, but mostly at night. I'm trying to I try to go to bed at about between 10:30 and 11 p.m., and I try to be grateful for something right before going to bed, or trying to breathe deeply and slowly, in order to really evacuate all the negative thought that I could have, so that I can sleep properly with a positive mindset and something positive in my head. Or if there is something like if I am in some negative mood, I try to maybe take a book or something that will change my mind just before going to bed. When I wake up, I try to practice gratitude. I do. I don't have something specific that I always say, but I try to be grateful for the things that I have in my life. So, family, my family, my best friends, wife and kids, and then the health, mental health, physical health, uh, the material belongings that I have. Even though they are simple, I still have to be grateful for that. So that's what I try to do in the morning, and also do some push-ups and drink a lot of water. That's usually it's usually that.
Yes. Diogene, who should I interview next?
Who should you interview next?
Yes.
Oh, is that maybe in the suggestion that I sent you? Because
Okay. Yes. In the Google form?
yeah, I did send a few suggestions. So yes, there is there are a few names that I have provided. If you want, I can. If you want, I can check. I think there are 5 names that I have provided. There's someone that is also in information technology, Victor Emmanuel Codio, Sean Hill, who is a LinkedIn profile, kind of LinkedIn coach as well, and I think he's in Dallas as well.
Okay.
At least in the same time zone as you. He's in Central America. And then there is Lee Khan from the Black Professional Tech Network and Jeremy Chen. So yeah, there were 4 names that I had provided as people that could join, that could be a guest for the show.
Thank you. Will you connect me to them?
Oh yeah, something that I could do. Something that I could do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
if you. Yeah.
Who is your target audience and your self-proclaimed niche talents and our gifts?
For my company, the target company will be a company that is making at least one. So the sweet spot will be between 1 to 10 million to $10 million a year, and they are still trying to put up a proper sales process. They are still struggling as well with the information that they have. But again, as I said, sometimes a company of 10 million, it can also be a team or a department in a bigger company. So that's kind of the 2 forms that are there. And also we are trying to target industries such as manufacturing, education. Yes, that's the main ones that we are trying to approach. We also are also looking at companies that work a lot based on projects. So instead of having their natural operations, they usually work based on projects. So you think about cultural organization or non-governmental or not-for-profit organizations that work really based on project, and then there it will be more about project management and project organization consulting that you will do.
Okay. And what were your talents or gifts?
Where are my guests?
And talents.
You mean for my show Consulting
Personally.
Lifestyle?
No, for personally.
Okay. Are you? So you're. Okay, I'm just trying to understand the question. You said you asked me which employees I have or which.
No. What are your personal talents and gifts and our gifts?
Okay, sorry. English is not my first language. I understood guests instead of gifts. Okay, good. Listening. Usually, that's what comes back from people. Empathic listening. That's the main one. And yes, I like to. That's maybe why I also have a podcast with the interviews.
What did the younger you envision, see, think, or was told to make you impact people the way you do?
Oh, younger. It will change over time, depending on. So younger, I was thinking becoming a football player, meaning soccer. You call it soccer here, but football with the ball at the feet. That was what I was considering before. Then it was more music as as the singer, then as the manager, and after that it became starting to work, and now it's trying to impact my community positively and the African diaspora positively as well, and changing the industry. Right now, it's a little bit what I want.
Yes. What is your favorite book, song, and quote, and why?
Um, Book. Okay, I have the other two. I will start with by that. The song is I really like. So now he's not alive anymore. Tupac Shakur.
Yes.
He has a song called "Life Goes On." It was in his album "All Eyes on Me." I
Yes.
uh, I really loved him. Still love now, but I really like this artist. He was writing a lot of songs in a very short amount of time. So he passed away very young, and he has created so many, the equivalent of so many good albums. So I
Yes.
really admire this guy, and I like the Life Goes On. I like the texts. I like the fact that Janet Jackson is doing some of the choir, and I really loved it. Really loved the message and the song. Uh,
Okay.
then my favorite quote is from I don't know if you know him. He's a motivational speaker, Les Brown, uh,
Yes.
and he has a sentence called "Live full, die empty." So it really means all of that. Like the best of get the best out of you during your life, so that when you die you're empty of that. So it's just a way it's just really a philosophy of life, a way of seeing your life. And I had the chance to see Les Brown 3 years ago, actually, so that was great. He went in Montreal.
Nice.
Then you said the book. um my favorite, it will be another topic. It will not necessarily be related to business, but it's one book that is a bit complex to read, uh, but so groundbreaking for the story of my people and my continent. Is It's called it's in French. It's called I will say it in French. So Nation Nègre et Culture, which means black nations, and cultures. And it's made by a researcher, a Senegalese researcher. He wrote it several decades ago, and it's about origin, the origin of the ancient Egypt. He's the guy, or one of the guys, that has proven scientifically the the actual black origin of the ancient Egyptian, and he proved that in university as well. There are some audios still available today about how he presented it and why it was approved. So it's pretty impressive. So a very historical book. So it was groundbreaking into my self-confidence and identity.
Nice. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah, welcome.
Name two things you want to tell the world.
Two things that I want to tell the world. Oh my gosh. First, um, everybody is extraordinary, and can have a positive impact on oneself or on others. So just try to do that. That would be the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say to the world is uh, if you have any if you are a business owner, or if you have a business, or you are a solopreneur, and you start, and maybe you want to start in consulting, or think about it, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. uh, at my I am available on I guess there will be show notes, I don't know, but I am available on LinkedIn as well. Or you could be directly listening to the podcast, and get in touch with me. So yeah, the two things is try to do something positive to the world, something that improves society. And the second would be, you can get in touch with me if you
Nice.
want.
Are you a saver or a shopper? And what are your financial strategies?
Usually a saver. Uh, Usually a saver. Um, but financial strategy. Lately I actually save. I actually save less, invest a bit more. But that investment is not necessarily in financial markets or something like that. It could be in the business or in myself. So now I invest more. I save less, but I'm not a shopper. Not really a shopper. No.
Yes. Does your key values and life missions speak first to your race and then the world, vice versa, or that is not a thought of yours as you live day to day?
So you said the key values and life principles.
Yes. So does your life mission speak first to your race and then the world, vice versa, or you don't think like that?
So first to my race or the world. Um, I think it's kind of both. I don't know. I don't think I really have to choose because if you improve, you have to improve one to improve the other. So you cannot. That's just my opinion. But as a person from the African or Black diaspora, you cannot pretend to try to improve the world and not improving while not improving your own community. But improving your own community has many meanings. It can have many meanings. So it can just be you also improve your community by leading by example as well. So there is many ways to improve your community, and then if you improve your community, you will improve the world as well. So I think both are. It's not mutually exclusive. Both should go hand in hand.
Okay. When you have something that's super important to you, what do you tell yourself to get pumped?
To get pumped, to get motivated or excited, you mean? Um,
Yes.
I'm thinking of okay, what's the vision? What's the long-term vision? What's the long-term vision? I'm just trying to go back to that, and then keeps it keeps motivating me, and I keep pushing ahead because it's not easy. You know, you can have a maybe you have a huge vision for your podcast. And you know that there are several steps that you need to do every day to get there. So yeah, it's not easy.
Right.
So the vision is always helps.
Name five people that you know that embody that you name five people that you know or don't know that embody instrumental traits children should emulate, and they can be alive or not.
Okay, five people that are really role models, basically. Huh? Five people that are role models. It depends on the aspects of that, but I would say for resilience, Nelson Mandela. For pure okay, for resilience, Nelson Mandela. For urgency in creating stuff, Tupac. For five. This is the first time I am being asked that now. uh, for so resilience, for creativity, and the urgency, I would say Tupac. For I think for how can I say that? For principles, or it's also for she's also an example of resilience. But I would say there was the Nobel. She was a Nobel Prize, I think, some years ago. Wangari Maathai. She's from, and I don't want to say something stupid. I think she's from Nigeria. She was a political woman as well, and she was no, I'm sorry, yeah, I was saying something stupid. She's from Kenya, but she had some kind of honor awards worldwide. She was worldwide renowned, and she was someone who was planting trees. But she's a huge political activist. Um, oh la la, and then for I still have two people to mention. Huh? um, Maybe in the world of in the world of sports, for the discipline and the longevity, there is a guy say in soccer. Soccer is my favorite sport. I know that it's not the number one sports in the it's not the number one sports in the US. Oh, but okay, no, I'm gonna take someone else. I'm gonna take someone that is famous in the US, Michael Jordan, for in the world of sports. You know, competitiveness, uh, trying to make history, not making any compromise into the goals that you want to achieve. Uh, for that, I really like. I don't think he's perfect, but I like for that. I really admire. And in the fifth person, oh my gosh, the fifth person. Oh, I want to say directly related to me. I want to say like my mom. Maybe it's easy, but no, it's not that easy. It's not that whole story of fleeing the war, leaving the country, going as a young adult, arriving in another continent, in which your diploma will not necessarily be recognized, in which people will not necessarily respect you, and still having four children, and with my of course with my dad. So it was both of my parents, but yes, it's a lot of resilience and a great example.
Yes.
Good, good that you asked me this question. I need to write that actually.
I can send them. I can send you the questions. um, Name five people that are powerhouses in their industry.
Oh, I think I just gave you three or four. In my industry, you mean? Just in my industry?
And in any industry.
Oof, you know, I wanted to say in sports. No, in any industry. So I'm gonna think about business. You know, you have a person that is really creative and trying to do crazy things in different industry. Actually, is Elon Musk. That's pretty. It's pretty impressive all the things that he's trying to do. Having an electric car going into space, and I guess he will go into other things as well in the future. But that's pretty impressive. I think he's huge. In the industry, so I'm just trying to think about people in other industries. Um, okay, in sports there is a team that I am how can I say that a supporter of, and they are in England. It's Arsenal, and they had a coach. They had the same coach for 2 decades, for 22 years. It's
Okay.
a French guy, and he managed the team and the club in a way that nobody else did. So when everybody was because I think in the US you have a salary cap, etc., or spending cap by team, but there in England you can have a team spending make it up 1 billion, and the other team spending 1 million to build their team, but still he was getting great results with very limited funds. So to me, I admire a lot his principles. Then maybe other people that I admire in the business world. There is a guy who lives in Dallas actually. So where I told you when I went to Dallas for he's the the guy who gets is the host of the YouTube channel Valuetainment, and it's a lot about entrepreneurship. So he's very good, excellent in terms of YouTube providing content for entrepreneurs. He's the number one in my opinion.
What's his
Um,
name?
Patrick Bet David. Sorry, yeah, I did not even say the name. Patrick Bet David. That's for entrepreneurship. Um, then what? Oh, for podcasting. In the industry of podcasting, I actually have two names. Sorry, I will cheat a
Okay.
little bit there, but for podcasting, there is Pat Flynn. He's excellent. He has a podcast called Smart Passive Income, but he's a podcaster since more than 10 years, and he's absolutely amazing. I also went to his event 2 years ago in San Diego, and there is another guy called Jordan Harbinger. Uh, he's also a podcaster. He has Jordan Harbinger show. Uh, it's pretty in terms of subject. It's goes a bit in different fields, but always talking with very high performers, or he's also helping his listeners, and he's excellent as well. So these are maybe two names for one thing, the podcasting world. Um, yeah, and the fifth fifth person, I think I maybe more in the yeah. I think I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. Thank you. Diogene, what's your website and what's your business name again?
Yeah, website is so the business name is ERP Happy. Uh, so there is erphappy.com. So the letters erphappy.com, or you can just find me Diogene, so Diogene. Fortunately, my last name is pretty long, so Ntirandekura. Uh, that's a long one, but you can find me then on LinkedIn, or you can also listen to the podcast consultinglifestyle.fm. If you want to send me an email, let's make it simple. So info, so info at the name of my company again, erphappy.com.
Perfect. And any other social media you want to share with us?
Um, I am I am on so I'm on LinkedIn. I am on Instagram. That's the main ones. So I'm on Instagram with the same name. So Diogene and Ntirandekura. That's my just my full name, both on LinkedIn and Instagram. But
Okay.
the best place where to find me is LinkedIn. But maybe not everybody is there. But the best place for me is LinkedIn.
Okay, LinkedIn. Okay, got you. And then lastly, we have our last segment, Diogene, which is mining for diamonds. And so I ask that you've already dropped so many gems, and now I just ask that you drop two more gems for aspiring business owners or any business owners that are already in place.
Yeah, define the first one will be define clearly who you want to become in your life. Take the time to think about it. And when I say define clearly, it's not you have to define absolutely the exact name of your job, the exact uh, product or service that you will sell, but more overall what type of person you want to be for your yourself, for your community. What does a successful life look like for you, your ultimate successful life, not just successful life by social standards. Just because you have a nice car, a nice house, everything is good, everybody will think that you're great, but you're actually just conforming to the norms of society. Really what you have inside you, that is burning inside you. What do you want to achieve? What type of person you want to become? Put it in writing, and then it will become clear. Then from there you will know what type of entrepreneurship you want to go, what type of business you want to build. Do you want to be a solopreneur? Do you want to have to build a huge company? Do you want to join a huge company? Do you want to join a startup, a mid-sized company, and grow it with the owners and become a co-owner? So in order to make those choices, those big decisions, you really need to understand who you want to become. That is so crucial. That's the first part. And second is it's belief. You need to have the belief in yourself. I know that we don't give that always to kids today, so it's difficult to build it by yourself. But it's really the more you believe in yourself, the more you're capable to achieve it. If you don't believe it, you will not see it. I think you said 2, but
Yes, thank you. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, don't underestimate it's a little bit what I do. Don't underestimate the importance of systems and processes in order to grow, in order to reduce the time spent doing things that are not in your zone of genius.
Thank you, Diogene. This has been a great conversation today. I really appreciate you accepting my invitation to be on the podcast. Diogene and I actually met on Facebook in the Podcasters Guest Connect group. And I was barging in. He was actually responding to somebody else saying that he wanted to be on their podcast. And I was like, I read his bio and I was like, well, hey, can you be on mine too?
Indeed.
So that's how that came to be. And so here we are. And I really appreciate your time. It's been amazing discovering your world. And I'm definitely going to check out Consulting Lifestyle. I'm going to definitely tune in and see what I can learn. I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot from your podcast. And I want to say to my listeners, thank you again for tuning in to another episode. Do follow us on Facebook and Instagram at BNSLLC. Musicians, you can send in your music. If you email us at anewsyoucanusepodcast@gmail.com. Thank you to everybody who supports us financially. Continue to support us financially. You can donate through the Anchor app. If you donate $9.99 monthly, we will receive more of your support. And you can also support us directly through Cash App and PayPal, and all the information will be in the show notes. And so thank you again, and I'm so grateful for all of you. I want to shout out Canada because Canada's been really tuning in to the podcast. So I really appreciate you, Canada, Brazil. So shout out to the countries that are listening to the podcast. I hope that more of us across the diaspora will continue to tune in. Peace and blessings.
Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks very much. Bye.
Check this out. Yo, them beats is poppin'. Check this out. St. Louis' very own hit record release. Love Song. By JCD, rap artist. Yeah, he's fat. Check this out. From MIDT Records, B&B Production. Pick it up at your local neighborhood store.
Amber Bookstore LLC is your place to go for one-stop shopping for books regarding African Americans, Africans, and Black people. Get your books, history books, nonfiction books, novels, children's books, all types of books in regards to the diaspora from Amber Bookstore LLC. send in your pre-recorded commercials ready for playing on the podcast. Send your music. Didn't you just hear that clip? The spoken word artist from the last poet, David Nelson. I know you heard Pharaoh Jerumba, JCD love songs. Send in your clips. 30 seconds, a minute. With your music and your spoken word, I'll play it. Send me some dough, though. Email address is melchizedekllc@gmail.com. If you didn't catch that, just message us on our Facebook, our Instagram pages. Thank you.
St. Louis dropping, popping.
Black bodies on the line. Let the creator elevate your mind.
New hits like this.
Like 3, you're out, no mistake. That's the way the pitch break. My old man, sleeping in his
The Redemption Song by V. Nelson.
sometimes grumbling and complaining, but always keeping on. A garden of fragrant flowers. Then you, woman child,
Last poet, you know it.
flowering garden of my heart, and my heart opened to you.
Pick it up at your local neighborhood stores.
Flowing out.
And welcome back to the News You Can Use podcast. Did you know that your support keeps this podcast alive, keep episodes getting recorded, new content created, researched? Just gives me the power and the energy to continue to create more news you can use. Time that the hours per episode and per marketing sessions that I spend creating this for you takes away from me participating in any other income driven activities. So your support is needed to sustain future episodes of the News You Can Use podcast, and also for leveling up, because I want to make this better for you. I have a logo getting worked up for you and connecting with other vendors so that we can really just be set up just like when I talk about sponsorship, we can set up just like the radio stations do. The radio stations come and they show up, they set up a whole music DJ, have a DJ to attract business to your to drive clients and customers to your store or your physical location. And that's the whole point of the News You Can Use podcast. And so your support is needed. You can contribute monthly by clicking the support this podcast button on the Anchor app. When you give $9.99 monthly, I get, as the creator, get 13% more per dollar. So I'm really grateful for you, and continue to give and show your support and love. Thank you. Engage. Let's connect. Ujamaa Cooperative Economics.
Black woman. I want to create a beautiful world for you, black woman. A world of beauty for beautiful you. A world where black women can bathe, naked and unashamed, in gentle streams. A world where poetry is you, black woman, bathing in gentle rhythmic waves. I will create, until I create that world for you, black woman. beginning of all things, like the sea caressed by moving fingers. If ever there was a beginning, it was you. Smiling waves moving in soft geometric patterns, forms blending into the subtle perfection of your body, glistening with crystal droplets of love's water and smiling, even in tears. The waves come gently at times, but even the sea is made rough by the angry moon, and you are sometimes sadness, trying to harness that moon, but the sea is alive in your eyes. And the perfection of
David Nelson, Redemption Songs, Last Poet.
like you, smiling. I want to create a beautiful world for you, black woman. A world of beauty for beautiful you. A world where black women can bathe, naked and unashamed in gentle streams. A world where poetry is you, black woman, bathing in gentle rhythmic waves. I will create